So I guess the first pivot is really what a technology pivot in terms of really saying, can we build something which could be national scale, which could be what is called digital public infrastructure now, which could be repurposed by multiple actors for multiple use cases, and which is available as an open source public good for anybody to use. So that was a first shift. And building that took some time. I would say the second shift was really around shifting from you do it alone to you actually work with a ecosystem or a network of actors for collective action. So really, from an organization which was basically technology focused, we started looking at things like how do you get a network of partners working. So collective action become a very big part of our vocabulary, and how we spend our time as leaders and as actors. So getting the big fours into the fold, getting some of the other NGOs into the fold and saying how they can use this platform for their work and accelerating their work was a second shift. And I clearly remember that was a big shift for us because we've been, as an organization, been in the trenches and done things ourselves. So there's a lot of closeness we had to doing things on ground. And we always felt we are the best people to do it, which we had been for a long time. But when we weighed it against whether it can scale, can it be in 4,400 other local bodies in 5 years, it was a slow journey. So I think I would say both these were shifts which were, in a way, were contrary to how we had thought about things. So it's a kudos to the organization with the flexibility and the kind of resilience it had to make those shifts. I think the third shift was moving from single discipline to multidisciplinary, right? Which is saying we are here to build technology for social change, a technology for urban governance, to saying we are here to look at a combination of, or what we call jugalbandi of technology, networks and ecosystem, and policy, right? So we actively started looking at, how can we work with governments to create policies that create favorable environment for these kind of ideas of DPIs to really scale. Well, that was, again, a very different thing because we had always worked with government as a tech provider in that sense. So it needed some repositioning, some rethinking. Of course, a lot of people joined us who were kind of motivated to do that. And I would say that was a third shift for us. And I think the next shift was really in COVID times, where we saw that the promise of a DPI to address new use cases, whether it's building the vaccine certification or the e-pass in 10 days for people to move around in the first lockdown. So I think really thinking about, is it only about urban, or can we do more things? So the next thing was really going to sanitation, PFM, health in a quick succession. And that was a really big test for us because we were quite, because in urban we had worked for 18 years or 17 years by that time, getting into new domains. So that was another shift, which again took us some time to think about what is our locus standi working in a new domain. How do you get a coalition building where people already have knowledge about that domain and they can use it? And now finally, in a couple of years ago, we started thinking, why would this not be useful for other nations across the globe? And now we are working in 5 countries in Asia, with a couple of countries in Asia, in Africa. Sorry, 5 countries in Africa and a couple of countries in Asia, to see how the same DPIs and some of the kind of components around that can be used to solve multiple problems.